What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going over the 10 weirdest Marvel and DC weapons of all time, and let's get straight on the list with number 10, Absorbsicon. And it was used by Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Essentially a computer brain, this fascinating and weird piece of technology didn't get its name right away. When Hawkman and Hawkgirl first arrived on Earth, it is the use of telepathy through the electronic brain that allows them to learn everything known to human and animal kind alike. This covered all knowledge on Earth, from bird communication to social interactions with people. The gadget itself only makes any sort of sense when a couple of issues later when we learn it's called the Absorbsicon. Number 9. The boxing glove arrow from Green Arrow. Possibly the most famous in his wacky arsenal, the boxing glove arrow was even included as a sort of an Easter egg in the CW series Arrow. Think of it as one creative, limit-testing answer to the question of how Green Arrow's borderline mundane archery stacks up against the unreal powers and weaponry of so many other superheroes. Could such a combination actually work? Wouldn't it just make for a really front-heavy arrow? Shouldn't it be so devoid of aerodynamics that it hardly travels far at all? Maybe occasionally Green Arrow just wants a way to tap someone who's kind of far away. Bottom line, this is a pretty weird weapon. Number 8, the antimagnetic inverter from Spider-Man. Throughout early Marvel comics, magnets had over 100 uses, and pretty much all of them were totally preposterous. In order to defeat the Vulture in Spider-Man number 2, teenage Peter Parker takes knowledge of the villain's magnetic wings, because magnets could be used for flight, and creates what he later describes as an anti-magnetic inverter, a machine that could effectively disable magnetism and cancel out any device relying on magnetic power. While kind of cool in theory, this makes the list for the sheer ridiculousness of its only one-time use. When a second battle reveals that the Vulture has reinvented his wings without the use of magnets, we never hear from the magnificent magnet-disturbing gadget again. Number 7, the encephalo gun for Mr. Fantastic. With this device set at full power, the one with the greater mentality will send the other to a timeless limbo from which there is no return. And now, begin. Yes, guys, that is what Dr. Doom says as he faces off the encephalo gun with Mr. Fantastic. Does it even make sense to you? Because I don't understand. I can think of a lot of reasons for the Invisible Girl to shout, "Not the encephalo gun." For instance, what the hell even is this device? Just be careful that you face off if you have mentalities of the exact same strength. I can only assume that then you both get sent into timeless oblivion. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Number 6, playing cards used from Gambit. Gambit's manipulation of kinetic energy is no joke, but at some point along the way, the writers had to tie together the whole story of gambling and the manifestation of his powers. Things must have gotten a little hazy. Throwing cards is a pretty cool bar or party trick, and would be sure to impress the ladies on almost any Friday night. But it's not the most threatening trademark we've ever seen, no matter how accurate he is. Despite having fighting and fencing abilities that he showed off throughout the early comic as well as the 90s X-Men cartoon, once he threw that first card, this hero's fate was already sealed and you already lost the battle. Number 5, roller skates used from Batman, Robin, and Iron Man. Holy superheroes on jet-powered skates, Batman. There's nothing quite like a few decades to really age a well-worn comic trope. Sure, it made enough sense for early Batman and Robin to find uses for jet-powered roller skates, but once Iron Man also took a 200-mile-per-hour spin on skates during his first year in print, the wheels were solidified as part of his arsenal, and they've shown up now and again in Avengers storylines ever since. Why Tony Stark would use such a mode of transportation instead of traveling by jet-propelled flight is somewhat of a mystery. But he did brag about the skates to Captain America one time, so clearly they have a special place in his nuclear heart. Number 4, the chimney sweep arrow from Speedy. This is potentially even weirder than any of Green Arrow's ammunition. In one Adventure Comics book, his sidekick Speedy implements a trick shot so gravity-defying that it almost makes the top 3 of this list. After being denied a raise in his allowance, Speedy uses his archery skills for various odd jobs. The chimney sweep arrow cuts through all laws of physics in one of his efforts helping a local factory. Talk about a side hustle. Number 3, the spider wave transmitter from Dr. Doom. Thanks to coincidentally having a giant spider at his disposal, Dr. Doom invents a device that curiously enough anticipates Spidey's sensory powers before they are fully known by anyone. Apparently, he was inspired by the thought that he and Spider-Man could be allies fighting against the Fantastic Four. This isn't all that misguided in light of the news headlines about what a destructive menace Spider-Man is being. If only for how illogical it is that Dr. Doom could have had the knowledge to create this gadget. He's the only villainous inventor to join the heroes of this list. Number 2, the bat detector on Batmobile, used from Batman, if you didn't know. This should come as no surprise since we all know Batman's reputation for pulling the weirdest things from his belt, and if nothing else, these infinite tools serve as great reminders of his endless budget. The bat detector, which was outfitted on the Batmobile in the mid-60s, was used to detect the noises of crime while cruising around Gotham City, makes the list for being one of the ultimate laziest superhero gadgets imaginable. Based on an initial concept as a sound amplifier and detector, Batman was supposedly able to use this device to find crimes in progress, and the Batmobile was shortly upgraded even more to be able to scan nearby heart rates, and then determine when certain heartbeat patterns signaled criminal activity. Be careful what you do behind closed doors with a consenting adult. Batman just might bust in with the wrong idea. And number 1, the ultimate nullifier from the Human Torch. If we're talking about the most simplistically destructive weapon of all time, or at least for the Marvel Universe, then the ultimate nullifier takes the cake. Belonging to Thanos and originally discovered in the Fantastic Four canon by the Human Torch, it's also a terrible plot invention because we just have so little insight into how it works. It's sort of the antithesis to the Infinity Gauntlet, which isn't a total mystery. The ultimate nullifier can basically destroy any target chosen, and unfortunately that includes whoever uses the weapon as well if they don't have their mind properly focused for the task. Pray to the gods that we definitely don't see this weapon appear in next year's Infinity War movie or anywhere else as the ultimate solution to battling Thanos. And that is it for the video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @ValentPlana, and I'll see you all later.